to push them into this playoff spot, and it would be so much more beneficial for them. But as an analyst, Frontline, they could totally take it to the squad if United are not prepared. So we'll see how this one ends up. As we have game number 1 on your screen, last match of the day. It's win in and lose, and well, we'll see one of you at the major in a couple weeks.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. I mean, if you look at the stats for the day, I was going through looking at both teams. Really neither team giving anything super impressive to look at. Both teams kind of giving up goals. Both teams kind of low shooting on the number of shots that they're getting to take here. But when you go and you look at the last 2 times these teams have met up, both times it's actually gone the way of Frontline. The most recent one happening in Group A just 2 days ago.
Yeah, so that's definitely something to pay attention to here. We'll see if we get a result similar or not. See what these teams have learned since then, as this is going to be United pushing this one into the front line, and Tristan shot down, but Delta will knock that one away easily. You're seeing Frontline try to clear things out with the pass, but United, Ajax, he's been pretty all over the place as well today. Definitely been more active on the offensive end as he has helped push this ball into Frontline territory. But nothing too dangerous as the first minute and a half's gone by, and a pretty scoreless game so far.
Yeah, and I think you said at the start here, Beastabonium is one of the guys to watch for. Today, though, Delta is actually the 2nd highest shooting percentage. They're not getting a lot of shots, but when Delta does get good looks at the net, he's sinking shots. So he's somebody to also keep an eye out for Team Frontline if they're going to get this done. A little bit of a confusion there on the back line as all 3 jump for that ball at the net. Delta and Andy double commit again, so a little bit of chaos here on the back line of Frontline. See if they can clean that up as the series goes on.
Tristan, pinch out. Wonder Mike trying to get there before Beastabonium, but Beast slowing things down and playing his game. And then that one arcs all the way through. A little awkward here for United throwing defense. Andy with the shot straight down. Ajax will end up playing it off to the side. Still pressures. Andy looks for a second shot, but will be denied by eUnited as they clear away the danger.
Delta with a good bump out to Andy, actually, who's going to look for a ground pinch. Can't get around onto it quite enough. And again, I don't know what to say here. It does feel like there's not a ton of urgency from either side. There's a couple times where this ball's just kind of coming through the middle and it's being left alone and they're just letting it go back and forth. Gonna need to see somebody start getting a little bit of urgency and getting maintained possession of the ball and creating some shots, because there really hasn't been a threatening shot on net yet here through 3 minutes of gameplay.
A lot of testing of the waters here in terms of testing the defense, in terms of testing rotations as well. Both teams playing it safe for the most part. A lot of cuts, though, in the passing lanes, and that's where you really start to see that sense of urgency when teams are setting up pass plays. There's always someone from the opposite side who's in front of it. Oh, but Delta comes out of nowhere and picks up a goal for Frontline.
I told you, when he's the one shooting, he's sinking shots today. He's up early for this one, gets high up above Tristan, just out of reach for him, bangs that one down, and they do take the lead here in game number 1. Minute 30 on the clock, though. United definitely not out of this, but they are going to need a little bit of this solo play that Tristan and Wonder Mike are known for. They're going to need to pull off something here to create an opportunity. The problem is that a lot of times Wonder Mike and Tristan, it takes them a game or two to kind of get warm and find their speed against teams.
So we'll see if we can really find that sense of urgency now. They'll need it as Tristan, great shot, but just off the bar there. Not enough to equalize. 1 minute remaining. eUnited on the press. Wonder Mike tries to get there to knock that away from Delta. Andy will push this one out of the box, and Beastabonium, a great follow-up off the touch. That'll clear that one way downfield. And eUnited will have to start over again. They had some pretty solid opportunities, but looking a little shaky here as the clock starts to tick down.
Yeah, a couple whiffs here, a couple odd touches. Ajax going to try and pass that one and look for the bump, but can't find it. And then United, Tristan bringing it down, looking for the solo play. Can't get it over Beastabonium, though. Wonder Mike with the finish. Gonna find the hole on that left side, and eUnited do equalize here in the final 30 seconds.
Good work from Tristan, forcing Beastabonium out of the goal there. Ball bounces to Wonder Mike, has an easy opportunity and makes the most of it. So now, eUnited have tied this one up. 26 seconds remaining here. We could be seeing an overtime in game one. Let's see what these teams do on the press. Maybe a drive here for Frontline as they're trying to move downfield. Pass, Andy to Delta. Delta the shot. Tristan is able to pick up the save. Final 10 as Frontline have the pressure, but Wonder Mike can clear this down. Will this be a play for eUnited as Tristan no pinch away, and Beastabonium will let that roll. Overtime in game number one.
Interesting choice for him to go ahead and let that one roll too, because Delta still had a little boost in the tank and he was upfield. He could have tried to go for a flyer through the middle to try and let him get up and make a play on that ball or come off the sidewall. But he does decide to just go ahead and let it die. So we are going into OT here, opening up a little bit of back and forth, and see if somebody can pull something out. Wonder Mike looking. Oh! He wanted it.
He tried to get the double tap, but just a little bit off target. Great chance though. And now eUnited will try to push the other way once again. Bounce out, but Delta quick to clear this one through. Now Frontline, can they set up offense here? It's been all eUnited so far, at least for the past 2 minutes. But will things shift the other way? It all happens right now. eUnited forcing a lot of offense there. Tristan will get a demo on Beastabonium, but Ajax will end up just trying to control this one in midfield, plays the challenge. Beastabonium to Wonder Mike. Wonder Mike, a lot of room here. Flip reset, gets a touch, no double. Delta will clear that one off his own end as eUnited still trying to work their solo magic to see if they can end this OT.
Yeah, a lot of times their plays come off of those solo starts, right? They're looking for something. It's not necessarily intended to be a pass play, but you get enough people to bite, ends up causing open nets, and they come in for finishes. So expect to see them, until this ball goes in one net or the other, continue to try and go for that style of play. One of the things that eUnited is leading in stats for the day is actually saves. That's typically one you don't want to be leading in, but this one, currently the pressure's been on Frontline, who's having to lead the way. On the line, shot there from Beastabonium. Close
chance. Now eUnited. Oh, just Tristan, get this. Almost. Ajax keeps it up. Andy will get there before Wonder Mike. But Ajax still playing this one in Frontline's in. He's not done. Where does he find the boost? He's always up. Tristan, a great dunk, and it'll be in! eUnited will take game one in overtime.
With the diving dunk here from Tristan at the last second, you can see that he just started that front flip right at the last moment to get that extra pressure down, pinch that ball forward. Picture perfect challenge there from Tristan to get that one sent into the net. They take down game number one here against Team Frontline. But that was a back and forth battle. That was a close match there. Nobody really looking like they were ever fully in control of that series.
You're right. No one did look like they were in control of that. Frontline showed so many different signs of life and really good opportunities there from them on offense, especially with that shot from Delta. And he's still kind of going on with his shooting percentage as well. He only took 2 shots that game, but one of them went in and one of them was an incredible goal. Now we'll see whether or not Frontline can kind of bounce back here, but a 1-goal game in overtime, I mean, they're not the worst deficit you could have. I mean, it actually is probably the more favorable ways to drop a game. I think Frontline have the ability to be able to tie this series up, but we'll see if they can stop the momentum of United at the game.
Let's see how this one goes here. Opening kickoff will go the way of eUnited as Wonder Mike has a nice little fake, gets Delta off of it, hands it off to Tristan. And back and forth we go. Midfield struggle battle begins now.
I like that struggle battle. As both these teams do fight for possession here to start things off. Ajax with control. Wonder Mike there with him, and that was a fun little team exercise.
That was a disrespectful exercise on Wonder Mike's part. Comes up, double commits behind him, then is in air, is like, nah, dude, I'm gonna boost ahead of you and take this shot away too. This one's mine.
As that one, again, fun double commit to watch. almost actually worked in their favor too. Threw off the defense from Frontline a little bit, but Frontline has been able to kind of reset and hold things off. Delta will get a clear here, and we'll start to see them as they push downfield. Again, a big question is, can they hold on to that offense? As you can see, Wonder Mike immediately.
Danger.
Oh, all the way through. Wonderful for Wonder Mike. He picks up the first goal in game 2.
Right here. You know it's danger. The second that ball stopped bobbling around on the top of Wonder Mike's car and he had full control of it, there was no doubt in my mind that that flick was about to go in that net. Wonder Mike's one skill coming through, showing off there, and they're going to open up with the lead here again in game number 2.
A lot of control. Wonder Mike looking for another shot or another goal. The shot a little high. Beast of Bonium able to pick up the save. Frontline, it's their job now to see if they can stop the bleeding here, as eUnited so far have been on a 3-goal run. Andy looking for a chance, and it'll be blocked out as Frontline try again, but again struggling here on offense is Frontline. Andy, another chance there, away from the ball, no double. Wonder Mike clears it all the way downfield. It's not in, but it gives time. Tristan off the backboard. Is there a follow-up? No, Ajax is late, and Beast of Bonium will clear that out for Frontline.
Andy up early here. He's going to hit one towards the backboard, and Wonder Mike going to bring that one out. So eUnited kind of, they're not really trying to meet the ball in midfield as much anymore. They're comfortable going 3 back, putting some people on the back line, and then they're trying to bring it out with control. Wonder Mike being that one to lead the ball out a few times here throughout game number 2. He's just trying to maintain possession and control time, take it off the clock. He does get that flip reset. Soft touch, though. Andy will be there to knock that one away. Ajax now trying to keep this one alive, but Andy will snatch it away.
Delta tried to come out there as well. Now we're seeing Frontline, who, again, had a really good shot early in game 1, and they've struggled to get anything going ever since then. eUnited, on the other hand, is just weaving through Team Frontline. And we are starting to see them control things here. Tristan is shot a little wide. That'll pop out, and Delta will look to see if he can pick it up. Nice follow-up to read off the bounce. And this ball kind of settling here in midfield. Still 2 minutes in game time as eUnited continue to put the pressure on Frontline.
Yeah, the speed just doesn't seem to be there from Frontline in this game. They're not getting downfield. They're allowing Wonder Mike and allowing eUnited to get control of the ball in their end and bring it out into like 1v1 situations and pitch the ball around, flick it around them, and just kind of control the pitch and the time. You're behind. You have less than 2 minutes left. You're coming up on a minute 30. You've got to get something done. There needs to be some urgency and some speed coming out of Team Frontline right now that I'm just not seeing.
At this point, like you said, need that urgency, need to regain here. It's been tough. They haven't been able, every time they clear the ball, it's straight to someone from eUnited who sits with full boost, carries the ball all the way downfield, wastes so much time on the clock, and then Frontline have to start over. Tristan will get in front of that one, cutting things off from Andy, and look, there's Ajax trying to interrupt. Wonder Mike there to rebound off the touch. And still, Frontline can't get anything going. eUnited constantly pushing this back into their own end. Oh, that one almost fell in, and it will be saved. But here's eUnited having some fun. Ajax easy follows up, but Andy able to come back in time barely to stop eUnited from picking up an insurance goal that they won at this point. Although they have the lead here, it's still a 1-goal game.
Just so you know, that shot from Ajax is the first shot on goal, I guess other than this one as well. Up until that moment, only shots in the entire game are 5 shots from Wonder Mike. Team Frontline has 0 shots on net coming up on the 15-second mark here. There's just no speed or urgency. They're not getting downfield. There is, at no point has eUnited felt threatened in this game 2.
We'll have to see if Frontline can at least put on a threat here in the last second. Otherwise, this one's going to go to match point. Ajax with the whiff. Good pop here. And Andy will try to take this one downfield, but no one's going to get to that in time off the touch off the ceiling. And that is going to be game 2 going to eUnited as they put the series on match point.
This is not a fun stat line or scoreboard to look at here at the end. 8 shots on the side of eUnited, 0 on the side of Team Frontline. And the thing is that I talked about it for a moment. eUnited wasn't exactly trying to win midfield battles. It's not like the ball didn't make it into their end. They just never brought the ball down in anywhere that they could put a shot on net. There was no transition when Team Frontline brought it down. There's no speed, there's no intent. They've got to figure something out here in Game 3 because their back's against the wall now.
Maybe the stream is cursed. At this point, it's been sweeps all day here on the E-League stream. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see one more. eUnited had all the control in Game 2. They're looking to see if they can close this one out here, Super, in Game 3. Do you think Frontline can battle it back? Honest question.
If you want my honest opinion right now, from what I've seen through these 10 minutes of play, no. No, I think eUnited takes this one down and it ends. Unless Frontline gets out here and throws everything they have at this match. They need to get out there, win those. Beast of Bonium getting out there quickly. That's not something they were doing before. Delta trying to make a play now. Andy already up before Beast of Bonium's out. They're now rotating a little bit quicker. We'll see if this maintains, but so far in these opening 20 seconds, it's at least the most intent and speed I've seen out of the team for the entire series.
And they pick up a shot too, something they didn't do last game. So already good job here from Frontline as they start this one off at least on a hot foot, but can they keep it up?
I don't know. Saying good job for a like single shot on goal just feels like one of those like participation ribbons that we're handing out at that point.
Yeah,
I need to see a bit more.
I won't lie. That's what I was making it seem like.
It definitely came across. That's the vibe I got from it.
Yeah, as you know, this team has a lot of potential, and we've seen them dominate against teams in North America. Not the best performance here for Frontline right now. They're going to have to dig deep if they want to pull off a reverse sweep against eUnited, and we need to start seeing that here. Otherwise, they'll just have to regain and maybe have hopes to see if they can do it come time of the major. But for now, it's about the series in front of us as Tristan will try to play this forward. eUnited looking to close out the series. They're going to have to just come out on top of this game.
Where was this Frontline? I get that we don't have a goal on the board yet, but we're out shooting 7-0 right now in favor of Frontline. Where was this in games 1 and 2?
That's, you know, I feel
honest question, where was it?
It wasn't. I don't know. You know, I don't play. I just watch them. I'll tell you that much here, Super.
So you're as lost as I am. Okay.
That being said, it's a good thing to see. I just feel like they woke up here. And they are trying to see if they can come out on top with a goal. But Ajax almost got that through. Beast of Bonium, clutch touch there to knock it away. It'll go all the way downfield. And Tristan will pick up the save. We are seeing offense here from Frontline. But despite having all of those shots, Super, they are getting destroyed on the scoreboard, at least in terms of overall score compared to eUnited. The points difference is by a large margin. And eUnited able to clear this one away halfway through this game 3 as both of these teams fighting here to see who can come out and score the first one. It's been pretty neck and neck. Frontline with a lot of offense and eUnited trying to build up off that momentum that won them game 2.
Yeah, one of the things that is going to be a little bit aggravating here for Team Frontline is eUnited is, as I said, #1 in saves on the day. They are somebody that's going to get out there. They give up a lot of shots, but they also get out there and stop a lot of them, which you can see happening here. eUnited has put up 3 shots. On the other side of this, though, they've been up against 9, saved 6 of them. So they're still aggravating. It's annoying or an irritation to play against because they are willing to just full rotate back. They'll have 3 men back and wait for it rather than meeting you in the midfield time and time again. Wonder Mike, though, does it himself. The 1v1 skills. Kind of talked about that, saying Tristan or Wonder Mike's going to need to get something done here, and Wonder Mike on the board.
And despite being outshot this game, they take the opportunity that they get, and they send it all the way through. Great goal for Wonder Mike. This could be the one that confirms the spot into the playoffs here in Regional 3 for eUnited. 1:30. And we have to see whether or not Frontline can battle back. Despite having so many shots, they still have yet to score one. And that's the thing that we've all been waiting on. Andy, the midfield, Beast of Bonium, big whiff. And Tristan, no, he won't be able to get to that either. Wonder Mike will be able to carry this one, but at this point, eUnited, they just have to play the clock here. Final minute approaching, and eUnited with possession as they push this to the front line zone.
Yeah, Beast of Bonium's had a couple kind of awkward misses, and he's really... It doesn't feel like we've been seeing the Beast of Bonium that we got used to watching through the first two regionals. He's that guy that goes out there and makes insane solo plays, dunks, backboard reads, redirects, and he's been up and just kind of off the mark today.
Yeah, he's definitely struggled, at least in outputting, but I mean, you can kind of say the same as well for Andy, being able to move the ball downfield. It's honestly just a kind of a team thing here, as eUnited just seems to have Frontline's number in this series. They're playing this left to right across the field just so they can kill the clock once more. Great cut from Tristan. Wonder Mike up high. No, that one will not fall in. Final 10 seconds here. Last chance for Team Frontline. Ball pinching off the side. Tristan, small touch. Wonder Mike, oh, off the bar. Not dead yet. This one has to go across the field with no issues. And there's a lot of issues right now. Wonder Mike will do it with that goal. And eUnited are going to the playoffs.
eUnited making it to the playoffs. They're going to send Team Frontline home packing. We will be seeing Team Frontline, though, as they did qualify into the major, so we'll be catching up with them in a couple weeks here for that. But eUnited getting it done, dominating performance, 3-0 sweep. Apparently, that's the storyline of the day. You said it before, but sweeps all day over here on the E-League stream, which, on one thing, is like, man, bunch of sweeps, would have liked some better series. But on the other side, we broke our, Game 5 overtime curse that happens over and over again.
I personally, I like the Game 5 one. It was much more intense.
I do. It's not a bad one to have. I'm just saying it's kind of broken.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely broken. I mean, again, a day full of sweeps here over on the E-League stream, and eUnited live up to that as well. Okay, it came down to it. Frontline just failed to show up on offense. Defense was there for the most part, only limited eUnited to a goal in some of these games. But at the end of the day, when you can't output on offense, that's the result. So, I mean, it is very, very unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Both teams are going to the major, so they can just regain here. But, I mean, any final thoughts before we send it back over to the desk, Super?
Final thoughts. Man, it's been an insane 3 regionals. It has been nuts to watch both NA and EU, and I'm looking forward to getting to the major. And, I mean, that's all I've got. We're going to have a ton more great Rocket League when we get to that major.
Yeah, and honestly, like you said, we are going to have a lot more Rocket League as well, like you said, as we get ready into the majors. Still going to see whether or not, well, actually, no, we have all our teams confirmed here too. So I do think here, Spaceman, I'm thinking about Spaceman, but he's not with us just yet. I'm sorry.
My heart
Super.
Hurts.
Don't do that.
You've harmed me.
Don't do that. But
I didn't do this. You did this.
I did. Now, again, I know I said it was like final thoughts, but real quickly as the desk is getting set here, I do want to talk about just overall your thoughts on today, because we don't really get to talk about our thoughts on the day here after we send it back to them. We kind of just let it go. Is this Swiss stage, this stage 2, did it work out the way you were looking at it starting off, or have you been surprised with the end results for the day?
Give me one more second just to get back to that page so I can see the standings for the day. All that left my brain as we got into that casting. I think, well, that would probably help if I was on stage 2. That would be beneficial here. Space Station coming in and getting the 3-0, where they've kind of been giving up random series. People, I didn't expect them to come in 3-0 on the day. They had a really solid performance. eUnited getting it done here. Bit of a struggle run throughout the day. 3-0 game against the Peeps. It was either they swept or got swept. It was kind of interesting watching them go hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. Eventually get it done in the end. These last two series, though, one still going on. Ghost Gaming, Kansas City Pioneers. They're currently 2-2. They are in a Game 5 scenario over on the other broadcast, going at it head-to-head. And then following that one up, we're going to have Alpine versus the Peeps. So 2 slots left here. I'm not really surprised, though. I think the teams that we're expecting to make it through did. I mean, do I expect G2 Space Station to make it through? NRG, Team Envy, all 4 of those, yes. Rogue, do I think that they're top 8 out of the teams that are here? Absolutely. eUnited, usually on that bubble. So good to see them break that hump and get over that and make it into the playoffs. These last 2 spots, though, are going to be interesting to see which way they go.
Yeah, we will see that as well. We'll be taking a look at the Rocket League stream very shortly. Super, thank you for your thoughts. We're going to send it back to the desk. F. Spaceman and Stacks to close out the show.